As Ryan had mentioned, John Miller uses stories in this book. Mine was chapter 1. It's about a Diet Coke story. John Miller was hungry, looking for something to eat, found a local diner, walks in, sits himself down. As he's sitting there, it's hustle and bustle, young man with a tray of dirty dishes walks by, sees he hasn't been served, so he simply asks him what he'd like to eat. John Miller orders some rolls and a salad, and when he's asked what he wants to drink, he asks for a Diet Coke. The young man states that they didn't carry Coke products, all they had was Pepsi, so John Miller decided just to order water. Young man leaves, goes, puts his order in, a few moments later comes back with it, lets John Miller enjoy his meal. As time passes, John Miller's sitting there eating, and up comes the young man, and in his hand is a nice cold Diet Coke. Obviously John Miller's largely surprised by this because he knows that they didn't carry Coke products. So he asked him, he said, where did you get this Diet Coke from? He said you didn't carry them. He said, there's just a grocery store around the corner, went over there and got it. John Miller, still surprised, asked him, well, who paid for it and who went and got it then? And he said, I went up to my manager and asked him if he could go around the corner and get this Diet Coke. And that's how it happened. So, excuse me, I feel John Miller puts this in the book because it's a great example of accountability, not just as an individual, but cooperatively as a team, obviously with the manager and the young man. The young man took it upon himself to be accountable of the situation, and as Rand talks about, taking action, asking those correct questions, not the incorrect questions, and becoming a victim thinker. But he wasn't the only one. The manager also did the same thing, took accountability of the situation, and worked with his young employee to correct and take ownership of the situation. This is where everyone can win. When you hold yourself accountable, you put yourself in control of the situation by asking the correct questions and taking the correct action. But when others around you also hold themselves accountable, it allows for a more effective, functional, efficient, and enjoyable environment to be around. So to conclude our talk on QBQ, I believe this is a great reference and a guide to help oneself becoming more accountable. Our staff uses it on a daily basis, not just in our everyday operations around the facility, but in our daily lives. As strength coaches, we are in positions of leadership. We have the opportunity to model, to teach, and to foster an environment where the principles from this book can be used to help those who come after us on becoming more accountable people. Because I believe if we can take what we've discussed today about accountability, we can not only move the profession forward, but we can help move society forward as a whole. So, with saying that, I'd like to move on to our next presentation, where Coach Garza will continue discussing on how we can move the profession forward.